Good evening and welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here we are on day 53, and I'm continuing the story of the King of the Wind. Now you remember that the owner of Man of War wanted to tell the history of Man of War and why there was some question about his pedigree. And so I started the story of a mare that was being taken care of by a young boy named Agba in the Sultan's stable. Now, the chief of the grooms was a man named Signor Achmet, and he was a kind of a gruff character, someone that you didn't want to really cross. He carried a stick that had rope knotted all around it. And from his waistband, he carried a ring that had 100 keys on it for all the different locked areas in the Sultan's stable area, including where the corn and barley was kept for the horses. Now, you might remember it was Ramadan, and Agba had waited very patiently throughout the entire day, waiting to give this mare that was with full water and food. He didn't think it was right that horses should have to fast as well, but this is what was happening. Now, when that trumpet was blown to signal that the sun had set, Agba very quickly took in that skin of water to give to the mare. She drank and drank. And as she did, she looked at the boy as if he was the source of everything good. Agba loved the way she loved him back. Now, the horse worried him because, well, he was concerned that it hadn't had enough to eat, enough to drink through all these days of Ramadan while it was about to foal. As he ran down through the corridors to present himself before Signor Achmet, all he could think about was that mare. And when he got there, Signor Achmet was surprised, and he said to Agba, "Why are you here? Why aren't you feasting with the other groom boys?" And then he took out an orange, peeled it, began to eat it, making loud sucking noises, as you do sometimes when an orange is especially juicy. And if you've ever had oranges from Morocco or Spain, you'll know that they are incredibly sweet. This whole time, Agba he just was looking down at his brown toes. He didn't know what else to do. And when Signor Achmet saw this, he had some compassion for Agba and said, "It's the mare, isn't it?" At this, Agba looked up at Signor Achmet, nodded his head slowly, and then smiled. Signor Achmet knew then to be concerned himself and asked, "Is tonight the night?" Agba had witnessed many mares giving birth. He knew how to read the signs, of which there are many, and he thought that indeed tonight was probably the night when the mare would lay down and give birth. He nodded his head again. Signor Achmet said then, "Tonight is the night. Take her into one of the broodmare chambers. Prepare it. After you've prepared it, bring her in. When she is ready to foal and is anxious, you need to come get me." Signor Achmet took his keys from his waistband and undid the granary door. And there Agba went down, gathering corn and barley for his horse, the mare. And we'll stop the story there.